Hey, New York City women, I just found out something from the cashier in Food Bazaar, right? So, apparently, guys, if you go online to get a New York City resident ID, which is otherwise known as the IDNYC, you could go to your nearest library and you can apply for it through the library, or you could simply go on to NYC, I'm sorry, IDNYC.gov or IDNYC.com, or call 311 for an application or information on the sites to go sign up for a New York City resident ID card. Now, the whole point, y'all forgive me, I just woke up. I'm looking crazy. But the whole point of getting this ID card is because when you go to the grocery store, you go to Food Bazaar, if you use that ID, you could get 9% off your grocery purchase. So make sure you go get your New York City ID. So the website is IDNYC. And when you go on to the New York City website, the nyc.gov, and you put in the search bar, what are you going to put in the search bar? ID NYC, put it all together. IDNYC is going to come up. But keep in mind, right, that every time they give you something, they're trying to take something too. So be aware and be alert and be informed. They do this because the IDNYC is for all people that live in New York City who are not citizens, right? So they do this to increase their database on foreigners living in New York City that are not documented or who have green cards or etc. and they haven't gone through the process to renew and etc. So keep that in mind, right? So you could go get these things, they'll help you with the groceries, but at the same time, remember that it's a way of them tracking you. Just so you know. All right, again, go to 311, you call 311, or you could go to nyc.gov/311, put in the search bar ID NYC, or you could just type into Google ID NYC. All right. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so you could do that, all right? And then that way, because I was just at the Food Bazaar grocery store, and the cashier was like, really friendly little lady. She was like, she's like, do you have the New York City resident ID? So I thought she meant my job ID because I work for the city. So I was like, yeah, I got a New York City employee ID. She's like, no, not that one. She's like, the New York City resident ID. Now, when she said that, it confused me because the state gives out New York State resident cards, and they also give out driver's license. So if you don't have a driver's license in New York State, you're supposed to have a New York State resident card, right? It's a real ID given from DMV to show that you're a resident of New York State if you don't have a driver's license. So I thought she meant that, but she's like, no. So when further I asked about it, and then when I typed it in, it came up the ID NYC. So I was like, oh, she's talking about the non-resident ID. Now, I'm happy to know that because I'm going to apply for one. But at the same time, it's fucked up because you giving 9% discount to immigrants coming to New York City who don't pay taxes on the regular and who are legally not supposed to be here. But you're allowing them to eat and giving them a discount, and you're not doing that for the citizens of New York. That's fucked up. So that's why I say you got to be careful, because every time they give you something, they take some shit away. But that's straight foul not to broadcast that to people, because everybody would be getting a fucking NYC resident card to get 9% off on your purses. You know how goddamn expensive food is here in New York City? I just went to the store and got one little small, let me show y'all this shit. One little small shopping cart, not even the shopping cart, the little pulley cart of food. And this shit costs $90, okay? So, come on now, all right? And then I have the app for the grocery store, the Food Bazaar app, where if you spend, they do it by points. So I'm already up to 100,000 points. So I think I get $10 off or $20 off, some shit like that. But listen, do you know how good it would be for me to shop when I get that New York City resident card and I'm getting 9% off my purchase plus the points for the app? You talking about a fucking full almost 10% discount every goddamn time I'm not opening the door for this motherfucker. That I put, go to the store. So I think that's beautiful. I think you black women in New York City that are having a hard time, or who, even if you're not, take advantage of it, because it's a good thing, okay? All right. Later. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.